Hey, welcome to Let's Play Median XL. I just wanted to show off this game. It's a mod of Diablo 2, since Diablo 2 is getting remade. And I have quite a few characters on it. I've probably tried out half of the characters. There's builds for each, but it gives you new skills, new everything. You can see the town is completely different. There's tons of quality of life changes. For example, everybody gets a town portal spell. Everybody starts with their own default skill, and I'm the Druid, so mine's Mark of the Wild, which increases all damages. Other fun things, you go over here and talk to Geed. Yep. Whoa, sorry, my cat. My cat's in here.
Hi there.
As always.
What can I do for you?
But, don't talk to Geed, but if you go down here, you can hit Reveal Map, and it reveals the entire map. And there's a bunch of other things, too. You automatically pick up piles of gold. There's a crafting system. All rune words are completely different. Rune words aren't... You don't put rune words in different, you don't take different runes and put them in a special combination. What you do is you actually put in jewels for every single one except the last hole. Then you put one of the runes in, and it gives you a bunch of stuff. So all of this gear I have, I know it looks like I'm twinking, but this is like my starter gear for every character. Like all of my characters have worn this. This is just like very basic, easy to get rune words, just like a standard hat and stuff. And then I have some slight magical stuff. I got some stuff for my mercenary when I get them. And this is all part of the crafting system. I got some gems I might use and all that. The crafting system, anytime you get a unique, you can disenchant it with a special thing. And then you can actually make your own uniques. This dropped for me, but I will be making my own uniques. And these are all things I've gotten. I just transferred them over to my character, because it's pretty easy to farm uniques. Like Andariel always drops 1. Neelathak, I think, drops 3. And I think all the other bosses drop 2. So it's pretty easy to just go in and do runs and farm uniques. You can make your own. And yeah, the whole crafting system, you can make your own jewels. You can socket and unsocket stuff. Is she the one who sells it? I'll show it off later. No, she's not. But there's different crafting things. You get these runes that let you like disenchant or do different things. You sell them? No, Geed sells them. Then there's a bunch of these oils that you can use. Yep, I'll go over those orbs later. Oil of Luck you can transmute with, I think, any item, and I think it gives a 50 or 25% chance to up a stat, and then it will say, oh, it's already upgraded, so you can only try that once. Disjunction unsockets anything. Enhancement, I think that upgrades something to the next one, so you can upgrade a normal weapon to a magic and a magic into a rare, but no, nothing with uniques. Then there's Oil of Renewal, which takes any item and brings it back down to like a base level or a superior. If you remember in Diablo 2, there's like a superior and a normal. And then Oil of Craft, which is used to craft. Then there's Mystic Orbs. This is so cool. You can see I start with the Herodric Cube, and yeah, there's a lot of space. There's a lot of inventory space. I love it. But what you can do with the Mystic Orbs, you can take any item, stick it in with a Mystic Orb, and it gives the stat on the Mystic Orb and increases the level. It's cool. So you can customize so much. But I'm going to be a caster druid. And that's another thing that's completely redone, are the skills. But first let's actually fight something, because I'm not just going to walk around town and talk like an idiot here. Yeah, enemies are way different. First off, these little dudes that, look at how much faster they're fighting when I kill them. Ow. You can see it poisoned. Skeletons, I think all the undead poison you, or maybe it's just the zombies. New stat points, new skill points. Stats are also different too. I'll go over that in a second. Everyone kind of has an elemental strength, as you can also see. Zombie absorbs lightning. Look at these guys pew-pewing me over here. Yeah, the Druid has a bunch of different builds. There's, you can turn into a bear, and you have, like, fire and physical area of effect attacks, and lots of defense. Werewolf, which drains mana, and I think you constantly drain mana, and you can summon wolves. There's casters, there's 2 of those. There's, like, an elemental one, which is, like, cold and fire, with life regen. And there's poison, which gives you, little summons that flip around and poison things and go scree. There's a trap rat form, which kind of looks like these guys, but bigger. But this is a whole remake. Well, not a remake, but a redo of Diablo. And it's very addicting once you learn it. And you can go online and look at all the items that are available. So it's like, well, I want to craft like a bow that does elemental damage, but I don't want to like go through all the bows and see. And yeah, you can, you know, you can check out which one you want, get it, and enchant it, and bam. The other thing that's really cool is, whoa, don't die. The other thing I love about this game, though, is there's lots of extra stuff. And I'm talking about, like, dungeons and epic things. That's another thing that was in my inventory. These 2 things are, like, the special things you can get on side quests. And I just took them from my other druid, who's a werebear druid, just so I didn't have to farm. It's not really farming, it's pretty fast. Ooh, superior cap. Getting money's way different. You don't really get money from selling items, like, at all. Like, don't pick up anything. Just don't. Ah, crap, I'm surrounded. Yeah, I really need to get some skills. But, you basically get gold from killing enemies, and all the quests that give gold, such as the Countess, where there's gold everywhere in other places, it's really good. Okay, superior cap. And you start off with this much gold, this 150, or 1,500. And it makes a Warcraft 2 sound effect. Okay, quests and skills, gotta explain all this. Let's do character first. Okay, so strength, everything is changed, and depending on what skills and what class you are, increasing a skill will increase a damage. Or increasing a stat will increase the damage of a skill. So, like, you might have a strength-based stat, strength-based skill. And also your weapons reflect that, because if you see here, it says strength damage bonus. And, like, what's this? This is a dexterity damage bonus, and, like, bows would be dexterity and other things. And, for example, the were-druid, I think it's the were-druid. The bear druid's, his strength, the more you increase strength on some of this stuff, it'll increase the damage of your skills. That goes with energy. Energy actually has a use now. And that is to increase your damage of spells. So it's actually beneficial to use all of your stats. So with the caster druid, I'm probably going to have some of it in strength and most of it in energy, because I have a really good life regen with my skills. I'll show that off in a second. But see, most of these just require strength. This just requires some dexterity. So I'm going to need a little dexterity for some stabs, but mostly just need that stuff for actual equipping of things. But yeah, so we're pretty much going to go for energy. Awesome. Spell damage will be fun. Now let's go over the skill tree. Like I said, I'm going to be a caster. I'm going to be mainly poison, which is this tree right here, and I'm going to do a little hunting banshee. This is that elemental tree. I have not seen how hurricane works. I made this build I just like kind of read a guide just to see what the caster skills were like, and then I played around with them at around like level 50, which the max level is 120, so yeah. That's another cool, you get reward skills. You can only pick one of these when you hit 90, right? Yep. And then you unlock these with those items that I showed you in my inventory. But this build is going to be based off of, I get passives, I get maximum life, life after each kill, and then life from corpses. Life after each kill here. So yeah, I'm gonna have some fun. You okay, Snugpaw? Yeah, my cat. And I think these guys... No, that just increases my movement speed. But we're basically going to go for poison damage, so... Boom. First skill, I'll show that off. I'm just looking. Yeah, that's it. We'll just get Harvest. Harvest is like Flash from the original game. That's my town portal. I apologize. Can't read. Okay, there we go. It's like Flash, but it's poison, and what it does is it does poison damage, and it restores 5% of your life in a second. So it's sort of like just like a cool little siphon that you could do. And I probably will go down here. This is each place is also different. Check this out. Here's the Den of Evil. We all know the Den of Evil. Look what's down here. Look at this madness. They're called... Oh, well, I thought they were called Chupacabras. And they run away from me. Great. Well, I got a new level. So, I actually don't come down here until I find Flavie and get the waypoint for the Cold Plains. Everything pretty much is the same, except most of the side areas are special side areas. Like, the cave is probably something, and there's other special portals everywhere. So there's a lot more to do. If you've never played Diablo 2, none of this is going to make sense, because it's all building off of it. Stop, Paw.
It's lost.
Stop. What else is really different? Ooh, EXP Shrine. But yeah, I'm gonna eventually get, like, summon poisonous vines. I'll get a bunch of pets, like these acid harvester dudes. I'm gonna get wolves that come out of corpses. My cat. Oh, when I killed that guy, it exploded in spikes. Hang on. I have to let my cat out. Just watch me get killed. Here. Be free, Snake Paw. You're making me look really unprofessional. Yay. I'll level up from that, though. More points to strength, just all of it right now, because we need to wear gear. And that. Can I use a spirit? Yup. Whoosh. This is just like the elemental spell from Hellfire. Was it in Hellfire? No, it was in Diablo. It was in the original Diablo, where you basically just summon an elemental. Whoosh, whoosh, and they chase down enemies. I like my poison spell better. Hey, Flavie. And it is very dangerous in the Cold Plains, but the waypoint is always right here. Oh, the other thing that they added, that's really cool. Running is really bad. You don't want to run. When you run, your defense goes completely to zero. The stamina has also been redone. You can sprint, but the key binding I have for sprint on my old keyboard right now is broken. So, we can't see a sprint, but we don't really need a sprint right now. Oh, Shrine Stack, too. I actually have both an experience and a skill shrine on right now. And as you can see, skills do a lot more than they used to. Like, this elemental skill, like, it's like a fireball that walks, and it leaves a firewall behind it, like the blaze skill from the original game. And even my poison flash skill, I know it's not called that, but that's what it is. Like, that heals me and stuff, like, and it's the first level skill, so stuff does way more, and it's very impressive. I gotta get away from these cool boars. They hurt. They hurt. Potions also, they just heal in speed. So, like, the small ones, it heals 100% of my life, but it takes 10 seconds, while the other potions are a bit faster. And I think the mana potions are... No, I think mana potions just increase your mana generation. Like, all of a sudden you have a warmth spell. Ooh, a fire shrine. But once you use a potion, you will be fully healed. You just have to Ooh, a ring. That's another thing. Haha, so my first magical item. It is already identified. Everything is identified. There's no scroll of identifications or anything like that. The only time you might have to do something is when you pick something up that needs to be cubed with something else for, like, a specific quest. But everything's on the website other than a few very cryptic secret things. But, like, that's the fun of the game. Ah, there's poison stuff everywhere. But yeah, the Sorceress, they did change some stuff around. The Sorceress has all pretty much the elements. She can choose 2 elemental trees. And there's like a poison tree, a lightning tree, an ice tree, all that stuff. She can also be melee, which I'll get into in a second. Because I want to try a melee sorcerer build. But, what's new? The Assassin, oh geez, I've never played the Assassin, so I can't say. But like the Barbarian has like people that he summons now. He can be a summoner. Everyone has summons pretty much to help them out with stuff. Okay, here we go. Now that I have a range skill, I can actually fight these butt munches. Yeah, that's another thing too. Everybody has a large axe. Everyone has their own special. Where'd it go? We'll hide over here. Equipment. You know how in the other game, like you had the original game, there was like the Druid had the Druid helms, and the Necromancer had the Necromancer shield, and the Sorceress had those like wand, those special orb things. Everyone has multiple ones here. The Druid gets his own bow, which I'm not going to be using. He gets his own staff, which I will be using. He gets the helmets, of course. See, watch, I'll automatically pick up that pile of gold. Doom. Awesome. Ooh, +2 magic find. And yeah, with your character sheet, it gives you a lot more information. Like, it shows you the increased things here. You can get signets of learning, which are just stat points, which I'm not going to go into. That's more advanced later on, because you disenchant set items to get those. Okay. Kind of sucks to explore the whole Den of Evil, because I don't know where I haven't been, but it's a very small area. And you've probably seen enemies have changed. Jeez, cold. Die. Bosses haven't really changed as far as I can tell. But there's a whole bunch of extras now. Jewels are extremely important. Use them to punch sockets and stuff. You can upgrade them and customize those. You use them to make rune words when there's extra spaces, which there is. Stuff can have a lot more slots. Ooh, I can get Hunting Banshee. I like this skill a lot. So, it's a spirit that flies around looking for enemies, and then she explodes. Or he. It could be a male Banshee. Yeah. And you just kind of spam that. But if there's nothing for them to get, they just disappear. So you can't like just stand on the one side of the screen and shoot it. You have to actually sort of be around. But it does a very good job. Whoosh. By the way, when the ones say they absorb cold, or these guys say they absorb poison, it's not like the other game where they're completely immune. It just means they're stronger against it. And in later difficulties, yeah, that's gonna mean stuff. But right now, does not. Boom. Oh my gosh, I hate these. Shamans gotta have the shamans. Gotta have the resurrection. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't sprint. Sprinting is better when you're like a melee character. Oh yeah, remember how I said that we all have... characters have multiple special items for themselves now? The Sorceress actually gets body armor, and she actually gets some of the strongest armor in the game in terms of defense, and she can actually use defense very well. You might think that's overpowered, but it actually is not. But it allows her to melee. Like, you need, for defense in this game, you need a lot more than just defense. You also need You need, like, definitely anything with the elements. Elemental damage. Gotta remove that. You need, like, life after each kill. There's damage, like, complete damage avoidance. It's all cool. You have cleansed the den of evil. I'll give you a skill point. See, now cold blades, bam. Let me just check where the, okay, the graveyard's up there. I actually did not know, oops. I actually did not know there was a, I didn't know there was a way to sprint at all, so I've been playing this game without sprint, and then I found out that I couldn't even do it because my keyboard is broken there, so. Ooh, more experience. So yeah, Caster Druid seems fun. Seems like you can stay fairly away from everyone. I already have tried the Sorceress Caster twice. It was my first character I had. I think like a Ice Lightning Sorceress. And then I've read a guide about a Fire one that I tried. Just like general. There's guides that like tell you everything from what you need for equipment, and it's nuts. I don't want to follow it that much to the letter. But I was just seeing like, oh, what skills are they using? Oh, okay. Is there a chest in here? No, but there's a bed. Yeah, you don't really have access to a ton of gold yet. The Countess is going to get it. The Countess also... Ooh, Hunter's Bow. Also, always... I'm going to actually get that Hunter's Bow for the Merc that I'm going to get soon. Yeah, see, there's a Raptor Scythe. That's a special thing for a melee Necromancer. Yes, there's a melee Necromancer. It's cool. Put down a safety TP here. But this... Oh, this game is just hilariously addicting. Ooh, these guys are special. And you can see, like, these... Whoa. See, that's why we put down the safety. Yep. That's why we put down the safety. Ooh, but I died, so you know what that means? You will respawn in boop-a-doop, and it brings everything back to... It just brings everything back. You don't need to do anything. Which, another quality of life I really like. Put up a safety portal again, because that was nuts. Let's actually stay away. Yay, you got to see me die. Why am I proud of that? But you have to learn new animations, because there's things all of a sudden like the enemy will just be like, hello, and... Nothing's that cheap, though. Like, I was definitely being reckless as a caster, just running up into an area. But I like that you don't need to pick stuff up to sell it, because that was kind of annoying to get gold. You know, in Diablo 2, you memorize some stuff. You were like, okay, I need to get, like, those, the staves or the scepters that had +1 skills on it or whatever, or plus whatever skills. The fulmination and the fuminating, the fire, the fire and the poison potions also sold for a decent amount early game. It was always good to pick up rings and amulets. There, the next skill I got was a charm spell. Well, we could check it out. You summon a spirit, and she has HP and she follows you around. But she has a high cooldown. She only sings or stuns a small number of enemies, and she dies, quote unquote, which you just saw, if there's no one around. So she's nifty, but eh. Poison damage has obviously been improved in this too. And pretty much every tree is very viable. There's not, like, I don't like Elven Song, but it's still a good skill. Like, there isn't a skill where you're just like, this, like, you really have to think. Like, back in the original Diablo, like, Bone Wall and Bone Prison were not useless, but they, you know, they're just kind of there. You could use Iron Maiden with, but still. Then there was like the Spirit of Barbs that the Druid got, which is just so weak. You've got like all of the various auras that the Paladin got that were just one thing. Like, oh, this increases my fire resistance, and that's it. Which, you know, it's situational. It's skill switching, but it's just, there was a lot of empty space. I'm not saying that fire resist was useless, I'm just saying it's different. And in this game it would be like, give resistance to all and increase max fire resistance or something. But this skill has a huge, much larger power creep. Ooh, it's the invisible guys. Can I equip anything yet? Nope. Guess I'll get this studded leather. Oh yeah, there's apples too. Some of my items say like increased healing rate from apples. There's a, if I find one, they're actually kind of rare in the beginning of the game. Oh my god, go away. Apples, I think it just flatly increases your regeneration rate. Ooh, check me out, I'm like, I have this black studded leather on me. So like if you have an apple on for like 10 solid minutes, your health regeneration will be like doubled or whatever. Yeah, I don't have a key. We're just gonna get to... There's been some changes to some of the procedurally spawned guys too. I think like Rakaniku is different, and like Bone Ash in the Cathedral is like somebody else now, but it's not that bad. But we'll get over there. I need to stay farther away. Ooh, mana regeneration. Thank y'all. But I want to use my harvest skill. Enemies that do absorb these things, it's just like extra defense, like I said. Ah! Wow, there's already ringmail dropping. Ooh, an expansion. These fungus guys are new. I just think it's cool that everybody gets summons. I was always a huge fan of Necromancer in the original game. Actually, if the Diablo 2 remake is actually good and not whatever the heck they did to Warcraft 3, which is sad because I love Warcraft 3. But I'm gonna definitely make a Necromancer. I can't wait. Get more HP. Get my strength up to 50. Okay. Ooh, see, like, oh yeah, so here, instead of Rakaniku, it's El Chupacabras. Ah! Good god, that's a lot of things. You guys are making me look stupid, which is not hard. I think El Chupacabras has amplify damage. There's skills that you really don't have access to. Ooh, and they dropped the unique. Wow. I rarely... Oh, it's the Fool's Cap of the Jester. We will be using that. We'll see how the random movement thing pans out. I'll probably just all of a sudden start moving oddly. But yeah, we gotta go back town. So I'm gonna heal up and stuff, and then I'll be back in the next part. Thanks for watching. I hope you like it. Maybe download it yourself if you have Diablo, but yeah. Bye.